Cornelius and Anthony Meridian in Corona, Gorda. Stay tuned. Welcome to Cigar Perspective. I am David, and today we are going to be doing a review of the Cornelius and Anthony Meridian 5.5 by 46 Corona Gorda. We can start off by getting some of the aromas. Chocolate right away. Earth. Definitely coffee. Very pleasant right away. It's almost like it's not infused with anything, but there's a slight like alcohol, bourbon, whiskey kind of aroma in the end. That's very, very interesting. So we got a lot of chocolate, earth, coffee, and a slight whiskey alcohol aroma, but not an infused cigar. So let's go ahead, get it cut up, introduce the flame, and see how it develops today. Alright, we are lit up here. Getting started. First thing I'm noticing is very open draw. Very, very little resistance. Pretty nice open draw, good burn right off the bat. And then first is earth, a little bit of chocolate, some coffee coming through, slight leather, and a little creaminess. Pretty interesting beginning here. Medium body. Not a real long finish. Little creamy wood and leather on the finish there. This is an Ecuador Rosado wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, and Nicaraguan and Dominican filler. Really like this open draw. And it's starting off very pleasant. A lot of richness, leather, chocolate, coffee, earth, creaminess, a little bit of wood. Great start. Burn's getting a little funny here right in the beginning, but that'll catch up in no time. Just gotta slow down a little bit, jumped right into it. But I will continue, see how it develops. I will be back with any notable changes, otherwise more towards the end of the first third. Alright, we are getting into the first third here. So one thing, the burn is definitely a little weird on this one. I have had this cigar in the past and I did not have burn troubles. So I'm thinking it's just this cigar. I'm not going to knock it points for having a little bit of a rough burn, because I have had it and it has not given me any burn troubles. Cornelius and Anthony typically has good burn on their cigars, but I do believe this one will correct itself. I touched it up a little bit, but going forward I don't think it's going to have any more issues. So I did just want to kind of make a little note that I did have some troubles with the burn in the beginning, but it's not, I don't believe it's a very big deal, as I trust Cornelius and Anthony to have a pretty good overall burning cigar most of the time. Now, along with those notes from the beginning, great draw still, nice open draw. There is pepper coming in now as well, spice coming in, some nuttiness. Just very complex right in the beginning here. Chocolate, earth, coffee, cream, wood, pepper, nuttiness, an array of notes that you're able to pick up pretty easily as well. It's not, you know, the creaminess is a little more subtle. That's more on the finish, but a lot of the notes are pretty easy to pick up. This would be a great cigar for someone that's more new to smoking, that wants to be able to sort out the different notes and not always have to be trying to pick up such subtle notes. This one, you can really notice the notes and the different notes pretty easily. Very interesting, very enjoyable. Now, Cornelius and Anthony, I've heard some different things. It does sound like they're not going to be rolling cigars much longer. Some of the sites have had blowout sales. You can find boxes of these pretty cheap at some places. Other places are still holding on to their normal prices. So it's really about just looking around, because you can definitely find good deals on Cornelius and Anthony cigars right now. Your typical price point for a single is probably $7.49 to $8.99, $9.49 region, depending on the size that you buy. But it's a good price point. So overall, they're a good cigar company. It's disappointing that they may not be rolling any longer, because they do have a good product. A lot of good smoke, good draw. The burn seems to be just fine now. No more issues there. So I'm going to continue on, and I will be back in a little bit. Alright, so we have reached the halfway point, and it's starting to develop more of a base. It's not just so all over the place. The chocolate is becoming more of a cocoa, and the wood is becoming more dominant as oak, not just kind of like a woody. And then the cream is still there on the finish. Definitely some pepper still there, earth still there. The nuttiness is definitely still there too. It's kind of like a walnut sort of nuttiness. But so far, very pleasant, good open burn, or good open draw still. The burn has been fine since the beginning, so it did clear itself out, no problems after that little touch up early on. Good amounts of smoke. So far, very enjoyable cigar. Medium body. Not too strong or anything. So I'm actually out here. It's a little bit, I'm usually doing morning reviews, but that startled me. The city, fire trucks, police station, things are right across there, so. But I'm out here a little, it's afternoon, I'm actually standing in the floodwaters. We have a lot of rain, it's been real high here, and it looks pretty crazy. There's a lot going on. But it's a hot day, so I'm standing down in the water here. It's real high, giving you guys this review. But good cigar so far. Get into this second half, see how it develops and finishes. Alright, we are getting down to the end of this cigar. A little bit more notable changes, but nothing too major. So towards the end, pepper definitely. There's some good pepper coming in, and then there's some dough that picked up. It's almost like it's a pizza crust kind of dough. Like if you kind of undercook the pizza a little bit, it's that kind of doughy flavor. Sort of interesting at the end of the cigar here. Leather, the wood, it's more of an oak. The nuttiness is still there. A coffee note is in there. It's kind of like a light roast coffee, but the chocolate's no longer there. The cocoa is slightly there. A little bit of creaminess on the finish, and that's more where you're getting the cocoa too, is more on the finish than on the draw. But overall, it's been a great cigar. Open draw the whole time, no problems. The burn has been fine since the beginning. I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10 and definitely recommend it to everybody, seasoned smokers, beginners. Great cigar for a beginner to be able to pick up a lot of different notes throughout, enjoy it very much, not always have to be trying to pick up on more subtlety type notes like a lot of cigars have. This one's much more prominent in its notes, so I would definitely recommend, if you see it anywhere, if you get the opportunity to try it, grab the Cornelius and Anthony Meridian. It's a great cigar. Highly recommend it. So I'm gonna get out of these floodwaters here and Guys and gals, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. Please like and subscribe. Be safe and have a great day.